The legendary Anoa'I family is once again making headlines in the wrestling world, and it couldn't come at a better time to get away from the crappy news of Vince McMahon's resignation and lawsuit. First, it was Dwayne Johnson getting the rights to own the trademark The Rock and earning a seat on the TKO Board of Directors. Then it was Roman Reigns smashing the Fatal 4-Way at the Royal Rumble to retain his title. But that all was inevitable for those two goats of wrestling. The huge headline from their family came when The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine, became the youngest general manager in the history of WWE.
Your oldest daughter is now a wrestler.
She is.
She's making history.
Yes, so...
On January 23, 2024, Shawn Michaels, with a little help from William Regal, decided to promote Ava Raine as the newest general manager of NXT, and she made an impact from the get-go, even debuting on the main roster alongside the SmackDown general manager, Nick Aldis. Just take a look at what Shawn Michaels had to say about Ava Raine in this interview. He's definitely putting her over as a talented GM.
Yeah, well, look, I gotta say, Ava has been, she's done a really good job. Look, the bloodline that Ava comes from, very astute in this business. We always love and enjoy having in NXT programming.
With the WWE pulling the trigger and making an Ava Raine call all the shots in NXT, what are the company's plans for the young superstar? I mean, she's only 22. Will Ava Raine stay as the NXT GM for the foreseeable future? Or will this just be a stepping stone for her before becoming the face of the WWE's women's division? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Ava Raine's journey to becoming the youngest GM in history, and what are Triple H and Shawn Michaels' real plans for the future of The Rock's daughter. So let me start by taking a very quick trip down memory lane and see how Ava Raine became a name in the wrestling business. Wrestling families are a staple when it comes to pro wrestling, and the history that comes along with those bloodlines is always a spectacle to behold, especially the Anoa'I family. From the legendary Peter Maivia to Rocky Johnson, Yokozuna, Rikishi, The Rock, and of course, Roman Reigns. Wrestling has been coursing through their veins. And of course, The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine, is no different. Being born with a legendary dad, not to mention a legendary family line, is both a blessing and a curse. A blessing that growing up, you're watching your family do what they love and getting that firsthand knowledge from some of the greatest to ever do it. But also, being with a family that remarkable comes with a whole lot of expectations, not only from the family, but from us fans. When you come from a renowned family, the expectations are always high, and the spotlights are always too bright. One mistake, and you were scrutinized like hell, and it was no different for The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine. At just 16 years old, Ava Raine expressively showed her interest in following in her father's footsteps and stepping foot inside the squared circle. But it's not exactly her dad who showed her the ropes and inspired her to become a wrestler. No, it was actually her grandmother. When she was a child, Ava and her grandmother used to sit together and watch classic WWE matches on their DVD player. Her grandmother had high hopes for Ava, as she wanted to see her wrestle when she grew up. When Ava turned 20, her mind was already decided. She wanted to live up to that life that her grandmother wanted for her. And of course, the first one who knew was her father, The Rock.
Cool wrestling name.
What is it?
It's Ava Raine.
Oh.
At the moment he learned that his daughter wanted to take a shot at pro wrestling, he loved it immediately. But then he realized that wrestling is a cruel business, and making it to the top will take blood, sweat, and tears. But Ava had already put her heart into it. There was no turning back. And in February of 2020, it became official when the WWE announced that Ava Raine had reported to the WWE Performance Center, making history as she became the very first fourth-generational wrestler and one of the youngest talents to sign a contract with the company. And on October 25th, 2022, after 2 years in the PC working on her craft, Ava Raine made her first ever televised appearance, revealing herself as a member of the villainous faction on NXT, Schism, led by Joe Gacy.
And acceptance the Schism has given me.
Her much-awaited debut, though, was pushed further back to April 2023 in NXT's Stand and Deliver with Schism, and actually losing to Chase University. By then, Ava had made numerous appearances in NXT, but the fans noticed something. The very first thing that everyone can notice is that she does not have that charisma her dad has. And in her short time inside the wrestling ring, critics were quick to conclude that her wrestling skills were nothing special. In fact, they were lackluster at best. And losing your very first match in the WWE doesn't help either, making her character look weak. As time went by, Schism slowly disbanded, culminating in a backstage statement with Joe Gacy stating that the Schism was dead.
For you, the Schism is dead, so go!
Many fans speculated that Ava Raine's stint with the WWE was over. It felt like her career was over before it even got started. But that's unfair for Ava. Remember, her dad made his debut as Rocky Maivia, sporting that horrible bright blue in-ring gear with his horrible hair, all smiling and stuff like that. You couldn't fool me if you said that that guy would be a future Hall of Famer and one of the greatest of all time. The Rock in 1996 had zero charisma. He even handed out accolades, being the sole survivor and the Intercontinental Champion. But still, the fans back then did not see anything special about Rocky. And then, just years later, he became one of the top faces in the WWE, even carrying the company on its back during the Attitude Era. And surely, the WWE is hoping for the same from his daughter, Ava Raine. After the Schism disbanded, Ava was left off television for some time. When she came back, she was reintroduced as the on-screen assistant of the Senior Vice President of Talent Development Creative, Shawn Michaels, transitioning into a tweener in the process. She quickly became an authoritative figure in NXT, even making announcements on NXT on Michaels' behalf. On January 23, 2024, however, WWE decided to pull the trigger. The WWE announced that Ava Raine had just become the new general manager of NXT.
Congratulations, Ava.
Thank you so much.
You are officially the youngest general manager in the WWE.
Becoming the youngest to have that role at just 22 years old. Do you guys know who held the record back then? That's right, AJ Lee, when she became Raw's general manager at Raw 1000 at age 25. Once again, giving Ava Raine the keys to NXT raised many eyebrows. At just 22 years old and just less than a year into NXT, Ava elevated herself to general manager, which was quite a big deal. General managers now in the WWE have quite a resurgence. Have you seen Nick Aldis running the show on SmackDown? He was phenomenal. He was involved in storylines, especially with the Bloodline.
I'm a big fan of your dad.
Adam Pearce is doing a spectacular job on Raw, having TV time while calling the shots. Now, what exactly are Triple H's plans for Ava Raine during her tenure as NXT's GM? Well, as many of you are well aware, Ava Raine was not the only Samoan who got promoted to authority. Her father, The Rock, may not have been seated as the head of the table, but he did get seated on the board of directors at TKO Group Holdings. With The Rock being on the board of directors, he may have influence to let Ava Raine have more control at NXT. And I forgot to mention that when the WWE announced that Ava Raine would become GM, guess who came back from the ashes? William Regal. Regal was also seen congratulating Ava and displaying full confidence in Ava's ability to fulfill the job responsibilities. Regal would make the perfect mentor for Ava Raine.
But I know you can do it.
Thank you.
If you ever need anything, my phone's on.
Thank you.
As he has firsthand experience running the show in NXT. Now, Ava certainly has the tools. All she has to do is perform. Putting Ava as NXT's GM was actually a brilliant move by Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Just another W for the DX management team. Having the job as the youngest GM in the history of WWE can help Ava build her character. It can help her lay the basis of the persona she wants to portray, just like they did with AJ Lee. We're pretty sure that the WWE won't cast Ava Raine as just a one-dimensional role as the GM. Expect her to get tangled up with storylines in NXT. In the SmackDown episode just before the Royal Rumble, Ava had just made her debut on the main roster, assisting SmackDown's GM, Nick Aldis. Ava expressed her gratitude on social media and announced it would be a new era for the Yellow brand. This would be Ava's second crack at becoming a star in the WWE, and NXT is the perfect place as training grounds for her to improve mic skills and actually cut promos. The authority will give her a different vibe, a star that should be respected in NXT. In her stint as the youngest GM, Ava can build up her charisma and make that connection with the WWE universe. Like I've said, Ava has all the tools in the world, a dad in the higher-ups, a show to run, and a great mentor. Now all she has to do is perform. They say diamonds are made under pressure, so let's see how she does. What are your thoughts about WWE's major move for Ava? Will she do a great job as NXT's GM? Leave your comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.